Are you someone who is oversensitive to criticism? Most of us are. Criticism is not fun when it comes from your own family member or from your colleague at workplace. We are all sensitive to criticism, whether it is a valid criticism or a vague criticism. But when I was a child and I faced criticism, I never overreacted. I was not so sensitive and I didn't react with aggressiveness or anger, but I tried to face it or try to learn from it. Now, oftentimes I end up in reacting negatively and personally to criticism and end up messing up things. Studies show that women are more prone or more sensitive to criticism than men because of her low self-esteem. Hi, I am Dr. G.N. Suma. I am oral physician and a mind space reboot coach. I am on a mission to empower 1 million women professionals to reboot their mind space by elevating, educating and equipping themselves to enjoy a freedom lifestyle. In this video, let us discuss about how low self-esteem makes you super sensitive to criticism. If you are someone who has some of the following features, you are suffering from low self-esteem. You have a perceived feeling of inadequacy, unworthiness, anxiety, depression and shame, and you are overly concerned with what others perceive of you. You react aggressively to criticism. When you are criticized, the small child within you feels a fear of getting those inadequacies exposed. So you react in an aggressive manner with anger and rage, as if screaming to the other person, please don't expose my inadequacies. Apart from that, you are a great people pleaser. You become a doormat and you go to any extent, go out of your boundaries to please others. You have difficulty identifying and expressing your own needs. You fail to negotiate those salary hikes and salary increments to meet that level of your male colleague. You also have negative outlook on the world and you have less confidence. You are a perfectionist because of excessive fear of failure. You worry excessively and you do the self-blaming in all the negative situations around you. So, if you are a woman and you are having low self-esteem, that's not your problem. Let us see some reasons which will support this fact. Number 1 is design of woman's brain. In a study on human brain, some areas in the brain are larger in women, which are responsible for cognitive function and emotional response. This makes women less impulsive but more emotional. This also makes them collaborative, intuitive and empathetic and have small fear or worry for themselves and their families. Sometimes these fears end up in a state called ANTs, that is automatic negative thoughts, which are directed to self, that will tear your self-esteem apart. Number 2 is hormones. Young women especially have huge fluctuations of estrogens and progesterones every month. This all the more fuels the negative thinking and worry in women, and this overactivity in the brain also causes less release of serotonin, which is a happy hormone. So that's how you end up in mood swings and depression. The third factor is your family responsibilities. You are unable to cope up with the huge overload of family responsibilities that come with the disguise of marriage, where you are expected to excel in new and inexperienced roles of wife, mother, homemaker, daughter-in-law, etc., and the roles which are prone for constant pressure of performance and criticism. Fourth is the social media body image. Dow Global Beauty and Confidence Report 2017 found that more than 50% of young women surveyed reported a low body self esteem. This is in part because of the social media influence to compete with the unattainable beauty standards all over the social media. More than 97% women are found to say that I hate my body. It is true for either at least one part of their body. The fifth factor is trauma. After a traumatic experience, much of the confidence is lost. Your self-esteem is at all level low. This can leave the person feeling doubt, fear, helplessness, self-doubt, self-blame, shame. Trauma can be accidents, events, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, emotional trauma, harassment, or adverse childhood events such as neglect, verbal abuse, an alcoholic parent, or a parental separation. Women are more commonly exposed to these high impact trauma, especially the sexual assault, sexual trauma, than men at their younger age. Even the trauma from a bad relationship, a divorce, or a very abusive boss, or some extremely humiliating circumstances or experiences can tear your self esteem apart. Women are twice likely to develop post traumatic low self esteem compared to men. The other causes which can contribute to your low self esteem are your environment, your upbringing, the centuries long conditioning and belief patterns, suboptimal performance in schools, which leads to comparison with other peers, and having to deal with some chronic disease. These all can bring your self esteem down. Now that we know the reasons for low self esteem, it's time to reboot our self esteem for a happy and successful life. But the journey from a diffidence and low self esteem to a confident and successful life is not easy for a woman. It is something that has to be worked out day in and day out, and you need a lot of support from your people around you. A woman who is looking to turn herself around needs positive reinforcement constantly. You can do it alone on your own, but you will be the lonely warrior. The support from people around you is very minimal. In that case, you can join a community of like-minded people. You can take support from your friends and your peers. You can even approach a doctor if it is required. Talk to yourself, tell yourself you can always do it. Be kind to yourself, be loving to yourself. Stop comparisons and congratulate yourself whenever you achieve some small things. Give a big pat on your back by yourself so that you know that you can always do it. Stop worrying. Worry brings fear, and fear is crippling. Be physically active. When you exercise, the good mood hormones are released in the body. And finally, you got to work to heal those childhood traumas which you have experienced, which are causing the low self-esteem. Also, don't forget to help women around you. Who knows, you might be doing that one single significant difference in her life. The journey is difficult but not impossible. Start today, boost your self-esteem for a happy and freedom lifestyle. If you like to be in the community of like-minded women professionals, join my VIP Facebook group by clicking the link in the description below. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.